Hello everyone, this is Debbie Henderson from Debbie's Designs. Welcome to 3D Thursday. Sorry about having to start my video over. It was sideways, so I had to switch over to the right orientation. I'm just going to give everybody a chance to come on and join me tonight. Okay, looks like everybody's coming on. So this is my 3D Thursday, which I started last month, where I create a 3D project. And tonight, because a lot of people had asked me to create this project, I'm going to go ahead and do this, but it's going to be a Christmas box. Now, the surprise element with this box is when you slide the belly band off and open the lid, there's a little pop-up that comes out. So this is called a pop-up mini pizza box. And I added some mini Reese cups and I decorated the top of each one of them. Now, I have one missing. I had 8 in here. I don't remember if I ate it or if it went missing by someone else. So I put 8 in here because if you put 3 by 3, it's just a little too tight. So as I said, there's one missing. There should be 8 in here. And then when you package it to give to someone, you just press this down, put the 2 side flaps in, and then you have to keep the front flap on the front. You don't tuck it in, because if you tuck it in, the little pop-up mechanism won't work. So that's why we have a belly band, because this is loose. The belly band actually slides on there. Let's see if I can get it back on. And it keeps the flap closed on the front. So I'm going to be showing you how to make one of these, and it's going to be Christmas themed. Just a reminder that my door prize for the month of October is the Hung with Care stamp set. Anybody that places an order with me for the month of October, no matter on the amount, your name will be entered into my drawing. And then if you want to earn some more free products, you can use my hostess code for October when you check out for orders. Poppy Parade ink, the 2 1/4 inch circle punch, the 1 inch circle punch. Now I've gone ahead and cut a lot of the stuff ahead of time just so you don't have to watch me do that. So let me bring all of that in. So I'm using 2 pieces of Poppy Parade that measure 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. A little strip that's 3 1/4 by 1/2 inch. And then we have a window sheet. Let me see if you can see it here if I put it on top of the Poppy Parade. That measures 3 3/4 inches wide by 4 inches, but I'm going to shorten that up once I glue it inside the box. That's for the little flipping mechanism. I've got the Santa Claus and Mrs. Santa, and I'm going to show you where I got that. Designer paper 3 by 3. Another piece of designer paper that I cut out with the layering circles dies. This is the scallop one, which measures about 2 7/8 inches. And then if you'll notice on my Halloween one, I had a little bow with the little spider element. So on this one, I'm using the All Is Bright paper clips. Now those are really cute. They come as little stars and little Christmas trees. So I'm going to go ahead and use the little star tonight. And then I have the ribbon and the linen thread. And I did use the sentiment from Signs of Santa, do not open till Christmas. And I cut it out using the little die, and that goes with the Santa's signpost framelits dies. And let me see what else. We've got the gold pearls. I've got some snowflakes. Now this size, you actually need 9 total. And then the 2 little ones Those are from the Blizzard's Thinlits dies. So this is the one that I used, the one in each corner. 9 of those, and then 1 of each of the little tiny ones. So my Santa Claus and my Mrs. Santa come from the designer paper. We have dies from the Santa signposts that actually cut out Mrs. Santa. Then we have this one that cuts out Santa. And I'm not using these today, but we also have the little elves from the designer paper that you can cut out with the dies. So that's where my images come from, right here. So let's go ahead and assemble the mini pizza box. I'm going to go ahead and fold on all the score lines. Now, for those of you that haven't purchased the mini pizza box, these are food grade. They have a coating on the inside, so you could actually put cookies or anything as a treat. And I'm going to go ahead and fold these 2 legs over, and then this is going to snap it closed. And then the rest just closes this way. Now, if you were to use it the way it's intended, all 3 of the flaps go towards the inside. But because we're doing the mechanism tonight, the pop-up mechanism, we need to leave this flap on the outside. So let me go ahead, and I'm going to glue one of the Poppy Parade layers. And that goes on the inside of the box. Next, I'm going to add some tear and tape. Now, let me show you what the mechanism looks like on this one. Let me take all the chocolate out. I'm going to try not to eat these. I really could use one right now. So what I did is I added tear and tape on the inside, and then I glued the little window sheet, and then I covered it with a piece of the cardstock. So that's what we're going to do. So I hope you can see this because it's going to be sideways. So there's one piece of tear and tape. Now this is where the mechanism is going to slide, center right over that little keyhole. Okay, so this is going to be my little pop-up mechanism. Now, I don't like the way that looks on the inside, so that's why I added another piece of the Poppy Parade to just cover up that little mess on there. Whoops. Let me just glue this in place and then I'll show it to you. Okay, so that goes on the inside like that, just to cover that up. Now, in order for this to work, you have to glue it so that when Mr. Santa Claus lays down, he's on the inside of the box. So you can see that this is a little too long. So I'm just going to snip a piece off. Now I'm going to find the center of him, which is about right here. And again, I'm using tear and tape. And this is how he's going to sit. So you can see he's inside the red area so that when I close the box and then open it, he pops out. Isn't that cute? Now, while we're on the inside, I'm going to go ahead and show you what I did with the little Reese cups. I got some ready ahead of time. So there's 6. I'm going to show you how I did that. So this is the 1-inch circle punch, and I added a stamping dimensional on the back. And I'm actually coordinating with the cardstock that's going to go on the top. And then for my 2 little snowflakes, I just used mini glue dots. I just added 2 underneath 2 of the snowflake legs. Press them in place. So there's number 2. I didn't want you to watch me do 8 of these, so I did some ahead of time. And then my little gold pearls. We're going to add those in the center of each snowflake. And then these can go inside the box. So this is all set to go, and then you would just press him down, put the 2 sides in, and leave the front out. Okay, now let's do the front, or the top I should say. Again, I'm using the Poppy Parade. Followed by the designer paper. And then I've got the scallop circle. That's going to go in the center. Now we're going to, oh, and I did forget to tell you, a piece of white was cut with the 2 1/4 inch circle punch. And that's what the Mrs. Santa is going to be sitting on. We're going to glue this in place with Stampin' Dimensionals. So for those of you guys that do craft fairs, this would be a really neat craft fair item. This would make a really nice stocking stuffer. Okay, there's that. I'm also going to use Stampin' Dimensionals. Oh, I just messed that up. This doesn't go on the front. This goes on my belly band. I don't know what I was thinking. Okay, anyway, let's continue. I didn't have my other box in front of me and I wasn't paying attention. And I've been gone for a while, so I'm out of practice again. Okay, now this is where the designer paper is going to go on the front. I didn't score this. What I did is I just pressed it in place and pinched it and then folded. So there's really no measuring on this one. You want it to fit a little loosely so that it can slide on and off. Okay, now this is where it's going to keep the flap on the front closed. Okay, and I've got one more to pinch. Now, because this is the flocked designer paper, I'm going to actually bring in, let me see if I need to cut this. I'm actually going to bring in the tear and tape. If you don't know what flocking is, it's like a velvet. It's really soft and fuzzy. And I don't think snail would work really well on that, so that's why I'm using the tear and tape. Okay, now I just want to make sure that is going to slide off and on. And again, I'm going to, let me just rip this off where there's glue on the back. I'm going to add tear and tape again because again we have flocking on the back. So 2 strips. And then this is going to sit right in the center of the belly band. And then all I have left to do is to glue the little tag with the bow. So for that, I'm going to use a mini glue dot. And just to make sure, I'm going to add a little bit of liquid glue on each side of the glue dot. And press that in place. And then let me move this over so you can see that beautiful little star. Let's see if we can put it on top. There we go. So now you can see the little cluster that I created. And then this slides off Whoops, I had it upside down. And then lift the lid and we get the little pop-up that comes out. Isn't that cute? So like I said, when you make this, make sure you leave the front flap untucked because it won't work if you tuck it in. So there's the Christmas one. And then the candies aren't in here, but let me assemble this one again so you can see both of them. So you could actually make this for Halloween also because Halloween has not gone by yet. So there's my two that I've done. Now let me show you what I've got going on for, oh, and if you share my video tonight too, since I can't mail these, I'm going to draw a name for these enameled, I can't remember what they're called, metallic enamel shapes. So I will pick a winner for anybody that shares my video tonight. And for Sunday, for my Sunday share, I'm going to be using the Peaceful Noel stamp set. And I'm going to be copying some, or casing some of the cards on page 28. So you see there's a whole bunch of projects here. And I'll show you how to do 3 or 4 of these. I'm not sure yet. I just got home yesterday and I haven't had a chance to plan ahead. So this is what we'll be working on for Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. So thanks so much for joining me tonight, everyone. Have a good night.